Welcome to Downtown Voice Act. Downtown Voice Acting. Town Down Voice.
I
Well-
hope you're ready to town down, if you know what I'm saying.
Welcome back. So this is Dark Cloud, episode 3, and we finished the Divine Beast Cave, and we have a girl in our party.
We do. And also, forgive us, fathers. It has been roughly 5 or 6 months since our last confession, and we apologize. Suffice it to say, shit got real, but we're good now.
That's true. And the cool part is that we now have the full-on infrastructure to do this like pretty often now, because I built a bigger sound box to house my microphone.
And
So-
also, he's housing us, so
Oh yeah,
we
that
live
too.
here now.
That too.
We live in his closet now.
It's too true. Yeah, let's go and push through that one. And
Just a reminder about this man's name.
Dyke.
He's called Pike by like everyone else, but he Dyke, I guess.
Can I throw down a funny Dark Cloud 2 thing I discovered?
Sure.
Um,
Oh yeah. Hey, when last we left our heroes, I had basically officially sold Jackson on Dark Cloud 2, but he hadn't actually played it, and he played the entire thing within the last 2 months. So
yeah. So the as far as Dark Cloud mistranslations go, that's scary. Is the background supposed to be black like that? Or is that?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize that was okay.
it's a feature.
Okay. But at one point they refer to the Atlamilia stone as Atramilla
At Ramilla.
or Milia. It's
No,
not.
it's just at Ramilla. You're right.
Yeah.
They fuck it up real bad in the final chapter.
Mm-hmm.
We fight this boss who's like got Atlamillia floating around his head. And Jackson paused it and he was like, "What the fuck does that say?" And I was like, "This at Ramilia." And he's like, "No, it doesn't." And like I thought it only fucked up the one place, and then I had to leave the kitchen for making food or whatever I was doing, and like walk back in, and I was like, "Son of a bitch! It does just say at Ramilla."
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what a time to like slack off on your job. What a time for the intern to miss that one. Just right at the finish line.
Alright, alright.
Yeah, let's do this. It'll be good. It'll be interesting trying to remember and recreate all of these voices. I remember most of them. Recreating them will be a harder challenge.
Yeah, we tried to. Let me part the kimono a little bit. We tried to refresh.
Part the kimono.
Yeah, by like listening to some of our old episodes, but that only do so much. I tell you what.
Yeah. Oh, important, and I'll probably bring this up multiple times during the stream, but if you ever hear any feedback, like, because you guys should be hearing the audio as well alongside us, but we're on speakers, and I tried to isolate the microphone. If you happen to hear the sound through the microphone, let us know, and we'll fix it.
This isn't that important, but speaking of boys wearing leggings as pants, toe in and that booty.
Can I tell you...
Booty!
Can I tell you a story about a dear friend of mine that I spoke with today?
Yes.
Okay, so I had a phone conversation with the girl, and I feel like you know.
Oh, I know who.
All right, I just don't.
There's pretty much only one friend that I have who would wear leggings as pants. No, that's not true. Lauren wears leggings as pants, but she does it for comfort reasons.
Right, but
which I respect. I can do it for comfort reasons sometimes.
But it's also the one that I'm always just like, hey, Kelsey.
Yeah.
I just don't want to dox her, especially with this story. So she was like talking to me about how She like had such a good. We can continue if there, unless there's like a big cutscene.
Oh, there will immediately be a cutscene, which is why I'm just diddling
Oh,
my
gotcha.
dude around back here.
Okay, well, if you remind me that there's a story about her, because I would like to. I think it'd be good to get the game going. So I'll just tell the story while we're in the dungeon or something like that.
Welcome to your first bit back, and enjoy creating a voice right off the spot.
Did I? Was it him that I talked about making the Jason Funderburker, or was that?
I think it was, yeah.
Okay.
This is also the guy that I've been referring to as Fart because I don't remember his name anymore.
Was it Claude?
No.
Or was Claude somebody else?
Claude is the really big guy from Northern Village.
Gotcha. I might have actually given that. Recycled voices. Let's go. This is my favorite voice. What? Who the? You. You must be with that monster that ruined the village. I know I'm right. You can't lie to me. That face of yours, it's a villain's face.
It definitely is.
Get ready. The hurt's coming. Enough already. Yeah.
I might fuck this up.
Yeah.
I did. I fucked it up. I'm gonna try one more again.
Okay.
And then
You're not as tough as you look. Come back anytime. I'll take you on. Huh.
yeah, I tried to use the D-pad and that was my fucking mistake.
Oop. Oop.
I forget that you're Toad because he's basically a silent protagonist. Oh yeah, I have to actually leave the area. I forgot. Oh no, I think I can just click on him.
Oh really? He just hops right back down?
Oh no! I forgot about this. If you fail to beat him right off the bat, which, sorry everyone, I've let you down, you can just like go into his house and talk to him.
And then like come back and fight him later? What do you want? Go home. You're too much of a wimp for me.
He's just labeled a boy on a tree.
That's really good. Yeah, I should place this here for both of them, so both of us can see it. Yeah. There's nobody yet. But,
That's okay. One of the reasons why we put this on YouTube. But I am disappointed in each and every one of you.
And YouTube immortalizes this, so your disappointment at everyone is immortalized.
Yeah.
That's shame to go around forever.
Eternal disappointment, just like my father.
Ooh, that's a deep pull right there.
Alright, well, let's go back up. And I'll try not to fuck it up this time.
Can I tell, this is one of those, like, it was way funnier when you were there, so it was kind of a had to be there, but fuck it. I'm not gonna read this again. I guess it's probably gonna be the exact same. Oh, it's not. Not finished yet, villain? Wanna fight again? Yeah, I'll beat you this time. No matter how hard you try, you'll never beat me. Let's do it. Evil spirit repel. Ah. Sorry, it's just the cadence of his line is so slow it doesn't keep up with him actually saying it.
What?
Oh, crap.
Why did that not go?
Ooh. Alright, now this is repeated.
Alright.
I guess I can give it a shot.
Yeah, you try it this time. I can't believe I fucked that up. I'm so disappointed in myself.
Asking the real questions, does D-pad work on this?
Yeah.
I made D-pad. Are you sure D-pad works? I'm not.
Oh, I mean, it works in dual.
Oh, okay.
Because that's how I did it the first time, and I got the first two, but I keep fucking up the...
Okay, cool.
The diagonal.
Yeah. So this is one of those you had to be there thing, but because you were talking, I know you and Sean were talking about like the enemies in Dark Cloud 2 doing taunts, and how you said like, oh, he's just flexing his hands. And he told me that story, and I replied, "Weird flex, but okay."
Yeah. Well, it is a bit of a weird flex.
No matter how hard you try, you'll never beat me. I haven't been watching it. Is it up, down, down, up? Okay. Okay, they were okay.
Yeah, if you do the like good one on every single one, which you can do, and I used to be able to do, but I'm really rusty. The last time that we had an episode on YouTube up is the last time that I played this game. So I know I'm making excuses, but still. But if you like, basically, if you perfect it,
Yeah.
any duel that you perfect, you get like a really special secret chest with like level up powder or something fancy in it.
Wow. I'll say you're pretty strong. Huh. Hey, you dropped something. Look, I'm not out by a long shot. My stomach's killing me. Just wait till I'm better. See you then.
I do love that when you actually beat him,
And hey.
he uses the real life version of this controller's weird.
Really good. I'm only saying this once, so you better listen. My name is Jason Fun. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, we've been going defaults for everybody, so.
Goro.
Goro.
Not to be confused with the actual scary Goro from Mortal Kombat.
Jason Funderburker. Hey, we got Hunter's Earring. So if we have downtime, I guess I can tell that. So she was talking about like going to like thrift stores and like getting like scoring really good like value and stuff, and just yeah, like how sometimes it's like 90% of the time the haul is bad, but she's like, yeah, I got like a nice formal dress that looks really pretty, and I got pants to make my butt look good. And I replied, because I didn't know I'm a guy, and I was like, how do you know what says that a pants makes a butt look good? How does that work?
Well, observe Toan.
It's true.
When you get the booty like pow, that's how you know.
That's kind of what she said, but she went into full detail. She's like, well, normally it makes my butt. A lot of jeans makes my butt look flat, but the one I found, kind of gives it like some proper lift and like separates the butt cheeks. And, it's like okay.
It's really funny being friends with her. Like, lets you know things about being a girl that you would have no call to understand otherwise.
Yeah, she fully explained it, and she's like, well, for a guy it's a little different because like a lot of guys just like wear loose fitting pants, so it doesn't really.
Which is a fucking crime, can I just say?
So it doesn't really show off anything, except for the only people who really wear tight pants are typically like gay guys or whatever. A lot of people don't do that, or a lot of guys don't do that because of the bulge. And I was like, oh yeah, I get you. I get you. And she says the penis bulge. I'm like, yes, I get you.
Yeah, you don't have to explain that one. I have one of those.
I understand what you mean.
So this is your line.
Wait, is that? Oh, it's the fairy king.
Yeah, you can only see his sleeve in this shot. It's supposed to be a surprise, which kind of defeats the purpose for it.
Treant, in its current state, is helpless without water. Treant is a tree fairy that controls the water element. Without water, it seems that like speaking is difficult for it. Owen, you're on your own.
Wait. Sorry, take two.
Toan, you on your own must connect the river that was cut off here at Matataki village to revive Treant. Treant will then surely aid you in your quest.
Can I just say that it makes more sense for it to be Treant, because that's like how you pronounce a lot of the like actual tree monster names in like D&D and stuff. Because they're trees but also ents. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I've always pronounced it Trent, just like he's just like some surfer bro. Just like this giant tree, Trent. This giant tree, Trent Reznor.
I think you're right. Like, but I imagine him as a very slow-speaking, slightly British guy, because I give a slight British thing to a lot of my guys, apparently. So just because of his accent, I think he would say Treant. Yeah.
I thought slow-speaking British guy you were talking about was the tree person itself, and that would make sense considering, you know, what Jurax sounds like in Dark Cloud 2.
That's true. No, I meant
This game series is a hard-on for reusing characters. But he's different. I like Trent because he's extra gross. His eyeballs are on like gross little snail stalks.
Ooh.
Instead of, you know, Jurax,
trees,
which are like embedded into his face.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
This is a village which I saved with Atla. The village can be revived if the Atla can be found. The Atla are probably scattered around the wise elf.
You mean Scatard?
Oh.
Scatared?
The Atla are probably scattered around the wise elf forest. You can enter the forest by opening Madataki's gate here. I will open the gate for you. Go and see what you can find. Listen, Toan. Make the river your priority. Connect the river to save Treant. Got it?
Yeah.
Boobity boobity boo! I'm out of here.
Oh! But see, look at him. Look at his eye stalks.
Oh wow, yeah, jeez.
Dude, it's even more gross when they ambulate when you revive him. It's fucking amazing.
Good.
This dude is very gross to look at. I love him. Also, one of my favorite NPCs is in this village. There are a few candidates in this village, but he's one of my favorites because he makes the least sense of any character in the entire game for existing.
Yeah.
He's just like a naked turtle with a tree growing out of his head.
Wow.
Who lives inside of a giant turtle shell, as though to say, I used to be attached to this, and then I gave up. It doesn't make any sense, but in a weird way, he's really cute, so...
It was pretty good. It's a weird design.
Mm-hmm. Weird flex, but okay, game designers.
Every time I hear about something like that, I just want to blame the intern. Like, yeah, it's probably the intern's project. Ooh, that's a good. I do like how he kind of tiptoes in there. By the way, welcome to Dark Cloud at 60 frames a second, because this stuff is like, man, this stuff looks nice.
Also, welcome to Whoop.
Are you sure that screen's supposed to go black?
I don't think that one is, but it's fine. So this is the origin of Apocalypse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in this one, they're just called Smiling Fairies in the second game, but in this game, they only exist in this dungeon, and they're named for the days of the week, and each one has a different like ability or attack, and they all look slightly different.
Yeah.
Like the one we just fought this Thursday, he throws poison apples. That's his whole deal. I think it's Friday. There's one with just boxing gloves. He just has boxing gloves.
Yeah. That is. Ow.
Ow! Different pal.
Man, they recycled a lot between the two games.
Yeah.
It's going.
It's weird because, like, story-wise, they are not at all connected, really. I mean, sort of. If you beat Zellmine Mines, spoiler alert, you get to fight the fat, chubby, purple genie from this game.
Yeah. Which I may ever do. I'm very happy. I told you this the other day, where I am very happy to have beaten that game. I'm very happy for the experience, and that if I had
Wednesday has Max.
like if I had the opportunity to start from the beginning again, like as in like if I'd never done it, I would definitely do it. But I'm also glad to be done.
Oh, sorry. I should probably acknowledge what you just said, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
It's totally decent, but I felt like it was more for the audience to know. But here's the thing about this dungeon, as opposed to so Friday is a kickman, and whatever this other dude is a punch man with boxing gloves. Saturday.
Dude, Saturday is One Punch Man. Oh wow, you got decked.
Yeah. How dare he punch me? So this game is weird. This dungeon in particular is unique because you don't just have one key to leave the floor. You have 3.
Oh, wow! I'm surprised they didn't recycle that for the second game and all, because that is unique.
Yeah. So when you get to the end of the level, there will be a little owl, the wise owl, hence the wise owl forest.
Yeah.
And you have to give him something that he wants, and he'll open the gate for you.
Yeah.
Which can either be a shiny stone, a red berry, or a pointy chestnut. Which they bring chestnuts back, weirdly.
Right.
But yeah, I also like these descriptions. They say wise owl loves shiny things, but it's unlikely. They say wise owl, or some wise owls, mainly eat this nut, which is a red berry.
Right.
I can only assume they mean that red berry is supposed to be like a lychee.
Yeah, I guess so, because I hadn't thought about.
Because lychee is the only thing that's like referred to as a nut, but is also mostly kind of a berry that I can think of. But it honestly, I swear to God, the red berry in this game, it just looks like a raspberry.
Yeah, it really does. Like, that is not a nut.
Or like a strawberry with a weird stem.
Also not a nut, so.
Yeah, also not a nut.
That is...
Definitely a berry. Those are not the same thing, game.
Jeez. There's a lot of subtle things like that just I wouldn't have thought about. The localization stuff. So you're pretty much the I give you full credit for being like the foremost expert in level 5 games.
Which is a real fucking shame because I'm pretty sure I've only played like 3 of them.
Well, I
Alright,
mean,
4.
yeah, because you played Ni no Kuni 2 as well a little bit, yeah. Okay, so I
I
guess.
haven't beaten it.
Okay, so as the foremost expert in level 5 games, what other level 5 games are there to play besides the Dark Cloud series and Ni no Kuni?
I can't answer that.
Okay.
They exist, but I've only played those 4.
Oh wait, did they make? I forget. Did they make Okage Shadow King, or was that somebody else?
I don't remember. Okage is fucking great though. I played that game. We like rented it from Blockbuster or something, which tells you how long ago that was.
Couple of years,
but it was fucking great, and like I wasn't supposed to play it because it was technically rated T for teen. Because my parents cared about that, unlike Sean's parents who
Everybody
had him
else.
playing Mortal Kombat at age 4.
I sympathize. I have Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for the Super Nintendo right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. You don't want to get that close to the fairies if you can help it, because they will steal shit from you, like your gold, and you don't necessarily get it back when you kill them.
What a bad game.
How dare you?
I'm sorry. It was just the only thing I could say to that. Oh man. But yeah, okay, I played that a little bit with my brother. I actually really liked it as well. I mean, it's a standard JRPG, but there's there's a lot of charm to it, and there's a couple twists on it.
There's like some weird charm. It's like tulip charm.
Mm-hmm. Now I definitely know what that means, but for any player that doesn't, what does that mean?
Okay, so Tulip is a really, really weird Japanese game that was featured on real early Game Grumps with John Tron. And it's just like the weirdest shit happens in that game. A lot of the characters are really bizarre and they act really bizarrely and they say really weird things. Like there's a dude who just wears a telephone pole in that game.
Oh jeez.
There's a lady with an onion for a head. It's just weird. It's just some weird offbeat Japanese shit. But
it's like Rabbids the video game.
Right, well, I'm gonna say no on that, but that's just because I fucking hate rabbits.
Yeah.
But Tulip is like weird and nonsensical in a kind of whimsical fashion, and less in a creepy David Lynch fashion.
Yeah, creepy, we're trying our best to not make sense at all fashion.
Yeah. Now, I don't want our fans to think that I'm knocking David Lynch, because I am in no way doing so. Make no fucking mistake. I like David Lynch. Twin Peaks is great.
Was it a weird place in my life that when I first watched Rabbids that I enjoyed it?
It's a leaf.
It's a leaf. Oh.
Floating leaf, glowing mysteriously. Use item. The sun do change the leaf into a boat.
Oh wait, that's good. That was quick.
So this is
That's the back floor, yeah.
Yeah.
I see. This is something I'm gonna have to get used to, because in the second game, every single question mark was always a fountain to restore your health, and this was not.
Yeah, those exist, but they're the little puddles.
Oh, gotcha.
The little blue dongles. Hornets are bad news if they actually.
I want to say though that sorry, I'm gonna be doing this a lot with this whole like second game first game comparison thing. But in the second game, I feel like the spawn rate of the fountains was like way higher. Like, well, okay, we've only been on one floor, so I retract.
There are multiple of them in this one. That's what you have to know, is that there are 2 of them on this back floor.
Oh wow! Oh, I take back what I say.
Yeah.
I completely take back what I say. Jeez, I realized there were 2.
Sorry, if you hear me click a button, or you, Jackson, see me click a button and it doesn't do anything, it's because the organized inventory button is different in this game than it is in the other.
Gotcha.
And we were just playing that one. It even tells me how to do it right there, but I keep pressing select.
Oh yeah, organized with square. This is like one of your first experiences with Xbox One. Now that you've been kind of using it in your hand a little bit more.
It's not unpleasant. It just still feels a little thick for me.
Yeah. Got that thick. Got that. It's got that bulge.
It's a little bulgy. Yeah. I will say this, that it has that good trigger design. Curved triggers are a good thing.
Yeah, curved up and even. As opposed to like the PS3, which is like curved down.
Really?
Yeah, PS3, where it kind of curves into the controller.
Are you sure?
Yes. I can't demonstrate for the audience, but I can grab one for you if you want to.
Yeah, I thought they curved to cradle your fingies.
I'll bring you one.
Yeah,
I'll give you.
if you're saying that they're like weird little bumps, then that's bizarre.
Right, because instead of like curving
Just
up.
bring me one. Just so our audience understands, this PS3 literally one wall away. What these do. Whoa! You're totally right. That's weird.
Yeah, so it does like when you like tactilely like
Yeah,
feel in your
it
hand.
like feels more like a trigger, but I think having triggers that like cradle your fingies is better. Which I guess by it feels more like a trigger, I mean it feels more like a trigger as opposed to previous iterations of PlayStation controllers.
Where it's just a button.
Because this is actually just a trigger.
Yeah.
I just don't want anyone trying to be like, "But you're dumb and wrong." Because I know that I am.
Ooh, they shoved that all in one word. Anti-curse amulet, all one word.
Oh yeah, this game didn't always have that much room for its text, so it would just solve that by shoving something together.
Oh my.
I told you, you don't want to let hornets hit you. But
And
I'm gonna put myself up here.
and does that? Wow, holy crap! They did like almost your full bar of health. I thought for a second that the pond didn't restore your health and that you just took like 20-30 damage, but holy crap!
No, yeah, I was at full health.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, backdoor don't fuck around.
I'm gonna say it's almost as ridiculous as being one shot at the final boss. I'm salty about that still.
Jackson's bitter. We apologize.
Yeah, so to not bore people too much about number crunch, but I had a pretty good weapon, and then I went to the final boss and I died, which was only the second time I died during the entire course of the 60-70 hours I spent in that game. Right, and the final boss is a slog. Like there's so many, like it's the gift that keeps on giving, so it goes on for a while. And I died at like the final form of the final boss. And so at that point I was like, you know what? I'm making my gun as big as possible. So completely maxed it out, like super weapon, like final form, 100% everything, and walked back in and took him down in 15 seconds. It felt good. Actually, I didn't even use the gun, I'll be honest, but I still did a setup that took him down and it felt good. The moral of the story. So question to you, Kelsey.
I guess right, the first try.
Nice.
His mustache wiggles if you got it right.
Not bad.
Also, I do want to say that I said he opens the gate as though that was a thing. It's literally, now that I'm here looking at it, it's literally just vines. I don't know why we aren't able to open that shit ourselves.
I guess maybe he just doesn't like you to mess with him.
He fucking yells at you.
Right.
You try to get in there, he's like, "Hey, damn kids."
He's like some Gibora from Zelda. But yeah, dude, thought I had more to that, but I didn't. That's what happens when. That's what happens.
That's what happens.
That's what happens.
Monday is your boy.
Big chest.
I forget what Sunday does. He does something whack. In case you were curious, there is a Sunday.
I believe it.
Like, it's the Lord's Day, but not in Japan, boy. Okay. Please don't kill me. That's fine.
Stimulants aren't effective. This is one of my quality of life things that I mentioned in Dark Cloud 2 that I guess makes sense they didn't fix it from 1 to 2. If you trigger the trap, it should just be like, you got hit with a trap, and then just open the treasure chest for you. It's one of those baby things that doesn't really matter that I'm gonna whine about. Well, so firstly, a couple questions to you, Kelsey. Are you specifically waiting to upgrade the weapon?
Ooh, Tuesday has a blow dart. No, I just wasn't paying attention when it got full.
Yeah.
I checked it a little while ago and...
So good.
Alright.
Yeah, it's been ready to go. Wow, we have a lot. Okay.
Shit. Gotta get these stone armor.
Wow, they really
And
simplify.
some boys.
They really simplify that in the second game.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I was saying initially when we were first talking about this game versus the second game, before you had played the second game, is they really do a lot to streamline weapon build-up in the second game.
Mm-hmm.
It just straight up goes faster. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of just better.
Yeah. Yeah. So I noticed when you went to the back, you all stuff in the back. Oh, sorry, I hit the mouse. And then you came back to the front. It seemed like all the monsters respawned.
They do, yeah. That's one of the easier ways to,
Just to farm is to go back and forth.
yeah.
Gotcha.
In this game, all the monsters, the chests won't respawn, which is why I always make sure I open all the chests before I go to the back floor.
Because they'll despawn?
No, they'll just stay there.
Okay.
But if it's a floor where mimics are a thing, then some of those chests are mimics.
Gotcha.
So it's easier to just go back, make sure you open all the chests, and then when you go back, any new chests that appear, I don't have to bother opening them unless I want the XP.
Right.
I forgot what I was doing. Like with this weapon previously, I forgot that. But from the last time we played, I was making sure that I have at least one in each element. Because if you have a 0 score on the element, you can't select it as your active element. And certain elemental monsters, that's used for. Which isn't, again, a thing in the second game.
Yeah, your weapons are just kind of like every element all at once. It just kind of like triggers whatever they're most weak against. It is interesting. Huh. Well, and also in the second game, they kind of switched it up by having certain monsters weak against certain weapons.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know how to feel about that, honestly. I don't know that that's a good thing.
I respect why they did it, and I see why they did it, but I don't know. Because it's like, because except for very choice scenarios, you could kind of just level one or the other. Like, in theory, you could just, let's say that you bought, seal breakers the entire time, which, prevent, because like in this game, how you're forced to use a particular character on a particular floor, and if you just buy seal breakers so that
I will say that I don't know if you can get seal breakers the first time a big floor shows up.
Oh, really?
I don't think you can buy seal breakers until chapter...
Okay. So I guess, after seal breakers, at that point, you could probably start using one or the other. but it just kind of gives you a disadvantage when your gun isn't that useful, but Monica's, firepower is.
Yeah. Plus, spoilers to anyone who's gonna play Dark Cloud 2, but there are certain times when the plot will force you to use one character or another through methods that aren't just sealed floors.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I had forgotten about some of those events. I mean, I knew about one. I knew about one big one, but I had forgotten about all of the others.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So it only kind of works.
Yeah. In that case, yeah, take away your requirement. Yeah, because there are so many. You're right. Like there are so many times where the game asks you to use both. Just take away the whole gun is super effective, sword is ineffective thing.
Mm-hmm.
Although it did feel good to do 6,000 damage. I'll be honest with that. Although not as good. This joke will fall flat with you because you're not Sean. But I was gonna say not as good as Diablo 3 because I'm not doing 140 billion. That's not a joke. That part's not a joke.
That's gross. That's disgusting. You disgust me.
Yeah. I popped back into that game the other day. I'm like, it's been a while, but
You're such a fucking monster.
I'm like Paragon level like 580 something, and it's about 140 billion damage now. Diablo's a good game.
It's funny, Sean has he has a very special place in his heart for the older Diablo games. He fucking hates Diablo 3. And at one point he was like, babe, will you be mad if I uninstall this from the computer? And I was like, kind of. Actually like Diablo 3. The only reason why I don't play it very often is because I don't like games of that type if I'm gonna play on my own. So, but if the guys ever want to play, I like to play that game. It's fun.
Honestly, I would be okay to play that with you since since on the whole, like, I find it to be pretty casual. Like it's the worst. It's the worst thing to say is it's the action RPGs. It's the click 'em up RPG version of Cookie Clicker.
God. I just tried to block.
Mm-hmm.
Block is a different button in this game. That's why I got so dead.
Yeah, they remapped everything, didn't they?
Yeah, what is?
Oh, is that your weapon beep doing the beeping at you?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It is kind of an annoying beep, so I will use that, even though I don't really need it right now.
But it is.
It's just like a Link to the Past.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking low hearts beep is maddening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do once again. Now I'm just thinking the phrase is Dark Cloud 2. No, I didn't mean to come to Dark Cloud 1 just to do that, but I do like the fact that you don't lose your weapon entirely if it accidentally breaks.
Yeah, it was a very nice quality of life change.
Mm-hmm.
Just like taking away the thirst meter was.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, taking away. I respect the thirst meter, but yeah, taking it away is was a good thing. It's like a weird second health bar, you know? It's like it just kind of ends up leaving you doing some like bookkeeping or something.
Yeah, it's just a lot of micromanagement, which I'm not a fan of in most games.
Yeah. So when we play Diablo 3 together, are you okay with me doing 140 damage? 140 billion damage?
Well, I would have to say no, but that's just because I feel like I remember that you don't get any experience in that game if you haven't acted. Like, I feel like you might get some blanket experience from people in your party killing it, but it's like way reduced from the experience you get if you do any damage to it.
I'll have to look that up because I think think you might be right as far as like, I feel like Isaac and I were about a level apart, maybe a level or two apart most times when we played it together, which, and if you want to see a salty person, get Isaac to play Diablo 3.
I mean, I hate to. I'm sorry, man, if you're listening. I hate to put you on blast, but pretty much playing any game with Isaac is bound to make him salty. He's just a salty person.
That is true. Diablo 3, Overwatch.
You just have to learn how to ration it, because he doesn't understand how to ration it, because he doesn't understand that that's a problem that he has. So you just have to be like, hey man, do you want to play this for a very specific amount of time, limited to a half an hour or an hour? Because otherwise, he'll hit salty zone, which he will do no matter what game it is. No matter how long you've played, there will be a time that he will eventually hit salty zone.
Oh yeah. This is not specifically him hitting salty zone, but I ended up making him really salty one time on stream.
I will say, you also love to push people's buttons.
That's true.
Which makes you guys a match made in hell.
That's very true as well. I don't know why, but it is absolutely true that I push people's buttons a lot.
Here's what it is.
Okay, hit me with it.
It's totally your engineering side.
Yeah.
Because engineers love to see what makes things and people tick.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, let me take this apart and see what it does and see why it does. And with people, the way to do that is to piss them off.
Honestly.
And see how far you can take it.
I think that's your people sense kind of triggering right there, because I feel like that's completely right.
It's
like,
totally true.
Yeah, like that is spot on, I feel.
Yeah, I frequently say, I wish I had the money or time, because I would make probably a really good therapist.
Yeah.
But I am not going through that much schooling, bud.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot of time and money I don't have. Yeah.
Oh my.
Rude.
But yeah, there was one time on stream, which, granted, totally my fault, and I forget if we told this on his stream, but we were playing the game Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and big spoiler for that is a couple years is that there's 2 castles. He didn't know this, which I guess if spoiled, if you ever wanted to play that, well, there you go, I spoiled it for you. So I was setting up, I was hyping this up like we'd done like 4 episodes. I think we did 3 episodes. We're about to go on our 4th episode, and I was like, dude, you're about to beat the game, and so like. This was not during the stream. This was like in prep for the stream. He's like, okay, well, you're gonna play Metroid. If I'm about to beat this game, and if I'm gonna beat this like 20 minutes into the stream, we need to get you set up and get ready so you can just start Metroid that same stream. So I knew, out of game, so to speak.
Oh my God. You're a cruel man.
That this was going to. This was not going to be the end of the game, but I was like, all right, I have to go along with this. Like, I have to set up Metroid, and we set up OBS for it. We did some play tests. Like, we took like an hour and a half prepping Metroid so that I'd be ready to play as soon as he beat this game.